Hello and welcome to Steinsgate episode 36, where we last left off. We're pretty much finishing the Luka timeline, so I think it's going to be ending 3, where we decide to save her or not change him back into a boy and see what route that has to go with. So this is the original save that we'll continue off of after we finish this save over here. And basically because we've been depressed and everything like that, Kirisu is coming to cheer us up. So if you like videos like this and want to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. And without further ado, let's load back into it. Light shines from the lounge. A girl is standing there, silhouetted against the light. As soon as I realize who it is, I turn away and prepare to block out the noise. Oh, okay. And I also remember that basically we watched Mayuri have a heart attack or something like that. And we basically were like to Daru, it kind of is what it is. She's already dead. There's nothing we can do. So that's kind of interesting. That's why we're depressed and hold up. So we kind of just willingly watched her die. Ooh. And I guess let's say this ends within like the next 10 minutes. I'm not gonna make a 10-minute video because that'd be silly. We would just continue on, and even though we'd be continuing on, this episode would be called the end of Luka route or whatever. Ooh.
あんたならマユリを助けるためにタイムリープマシンを使うこともためらわない。私はそう予測してた。そもそも漆原さんの性別を男にして IBN5100 を取り戻すっていう計画はどうなったの？
Oh, so she's calling us out because we asked for help essentially.
あんたはマユリを助けるためにその計画を実行に移してた。なのになんで？いや、それとももしかしてあんたはすでに IBN5100 を取り戻して別の世界線へと移動した後とか？ここに残されているのは岡部倫太郎の残滓、あまり、そして世界はパラレルワールドとしてここではマユリが助からなかった未来が継続する。
I don't know if we're gonna, I guess, lie to her or not and be like, oh yeah, I am a remnant left behind or whatever. That would be very interesting.
IBN5100 は取り戻さなかった。
Nope, I guess we're just gonna be honest and depressed. My voice is hoarse, perhaps because I haven't spoken in 3 days.
どういうこと？
ルカ子を男に戻すことは俺にはできなかった。だから運命を受け入れた。
No, that makes it sound like I wasn't responsible.
マユリを見殺しにした。
I hear Kirisu gasp. Why did I confess? It's not something I should confess so easily. It's like admitting to murder. It should have been a secret between Luka and me. And yet, do I want to be blamed? Would that make me feel better? It hurts to live with this bottled up guilt. At this point, I'd welcome condemnation. Kirisu isn't one to mince words. I'm sure she'll tell me exactly what a worthless human being I am. However...
ご飯食べる？
Well, that's at least sweet of her. Kirisu betrays my expectations.
カップ麺でよければ作るけど、それとも何か買ってくる？
責めろよ。マユリを殺した俺に怒れよ。
怒りたい気持ちはあるけどやめとく。私がとやかく言う必要はないみたいだから。過去に戻って因果律をねじ曲げようとすることこそおこがましい行為なのかもしれないし。
I mean, it is a lot of responsibility for practically teenagers still, right? So it does make sense.
というより、 怒れるわけないよ。あんたは因果の輪から外れて存在として孤立してまでずっと一人で頑張ってきた。
Hmm.
だからあんたの苦しみは誰にもわからないし、あ
Wow.
んたの選択の意味は誰からも理解されない。そんなあんたを一度もタイムリープしてない私が責められるわけない。
You know what? That's a very mature and big answer I was not expecting.
なんでそんなに物分かりがいいんだ。
I clutched my knees. I guess this is Kirisu's route, not Luka's. I'm just
物
kidding.
分かりがいいわけじゃない。あんたがタイムリープでマユリを助けようと決めたその時に、誰からも分かってもらえないと覚悟したはず。だったらそれを甘んじて受けなさい。そうす
I
れ
guess
ば
fair enough.
自分がしたことの意味について忘れることはないから。
So in other words, she's telling me to suffer on my own. What a cruel woman.
ただあんたはあんたが取った選択によって助けたもう一人の子について責任を取るべきよ。マユリは死んだわ。残念だけど、残念っていう言葉だけじゃ足りないぐらい悲しいけど、とにかくマユリはも
The
う
organization.
世界の収束、世界の意志には逆らえなかった。でもあの子は今も生きてる。あんたのおかげで女の子として生きてる。
Take responsibility for Luka.
そしてあんたと同じように孤立して苦しんでると思う。あの子の苦しみを理解してあげられるのは共犯者である岡部だけでしょ。
共犯者。
I knew you would pull no punches, Makise Kirisu. Luka's image floats through my mind. She used to be a guy, but now she's a girl, and she'll live as a girl from now on. I'm the only one who chose that future for Luka. When I imagine her frail smile, I feel like spring has come to thaw the frozen soil of my heart. I can't bear to lose Luka too. In that case, I know what I must do.
ありがとうクリス。お前と話せてよかった。
It would be so funny if it ended here, but we were already going over before. As I enter the courtyard, I can almost feel the heat slowly drain away. Beside the main building stands a large tree, its branches coated with vibrant leaves swaying in the gentle breeze. The shrine is cooler than the streets of Akihabara proper. Maybe it's because Kanda River is so close. As usual, the shrine is empty. I find myself standing before the offering box, gazing into the inner sanctum. I wonder if Luka's home. Her family should be here too. How should I call for her? Just then, the wind suddenly lets up and the sound of rustling trees stops for a bit. In the silence, I hear someone sobbing. Oh, it sounds like it's coming from behind the main building. I slowly head toward the sound. Classic Luka. Luka is there, sitting on the grass, hugging her knees as she cries. Samidari is in her hands. She's gonna kill us. Luka looks at me with wet eyes, but immediately afterwards she buries her face into her knees. Then her shoulders start shaking once more.
昨日まゆりちゃんの告別式に行ってきました。
I think we avoided that.
みんな泣いてました。まゆりちゃんって本当にたくさんの人から愛されてたんだなって。もちろん僕もまゆりちゃんのこと大好きでした。僕かなり人見知りする性格だけど、まゆりちゃんは変わらずに明るく接してくれて、僕にとって一番大好きな友達だったんです。
I lost the words I was about to say. All I can do is silently sit next to Luka.
なのにねえ岡部さん、僕たちどうして生きてるんでしょう。
Wow.
まゆりちゃんは
We can't quit now. We already got this far.
僕はこうして今も女の子のまま。
Now that she remembers being a guy, Luka is beginning to have gender identity issues. I have no idea how that feels. Just as Kirisu said, Luka is disconnected from causality too.
僕がこうして何も変わらずここにいるのってとても
Well, that's not
な
good.
いことのような気がするんです。
そんなことはない。
I try to cheer her up with those meaningless words, but Luka shakes her head in denial.
岡部さん、なんとかまゆりちゃんを助ける方法ありませんか。
無理だ。
そんな。
Still crying, Luka stands up and pleads with me.
考えましょうよ。僕、まゆりちゃんが助かるためなら何だってします。まゆりちゃんから前に聞いたことがあります。岡部さんは時間を遡る装置を作ったって。
Is she talking about the time leap machine?
それを使えば
無理なんだ。
時間を遡れば何か方法が。
方法はない。
I make that firm declaration with hung head and clenched fists.
残酷なことかもしれないが、俺たちはまゆりの死を受け入れて、それでも生きていくしかないんだよ。
I wonder, I thought you would think that this would be the happiest ending, but I guess not. Maybe it really is going to be, Ferris's ending is the best ending.
諦めちゃダメですよ。どうして諦められるんですか。まゆりちゃんが亡くなって悲しくないんですか。
とにかく方法はないんだ。
嫌です。僕はまゆりちゃんに死んでほしくない。
ルカ子。
I grab her shoulders and look straight into her eyes.
俺がそう簡単に諦めたと思うか。
岡部さん、
あいつは俺にとっても大事な幼馴染だったんだ。諦められるわけがないだろう。
Not anything.
考えたさ。死ぬほど考えて、もがいてもがいて、どんな手を使ってでも助けようとしたさ。時間だって一体何度遡ったと思ってるんだ。だが無理だった。世界はあいつの死を望んだ。俺がどれだけそれを回避しようとしても、そんな俺を嘲笑うかのように世界はまゆりを奪っていった。まゆりを助けるために他の人間の思いだって犠牲にした。傷つけてでもまゆりを助けるために俺はやってきた。
I truly wonder how this story is going to end. It's very interesting.
だが
Still super excited for the anime.
それも限界だ。
And I wonder if the anime is going to do each of these routes, or is it just going to do the main route?
もう無理なんだ。
No, there is something I can do. There are still things I can do to save Mayuri, but I choose none of them. Theoretically, it's not impossible, but it is impossible for me.
ごめんなさい。僕、岡部さんの気持ちちっとも考えてませんでした。だけど無理なはずないですよ。もう一つだけ方法が残ってるじゃないですか。
Uh-oh.
僕が 男に戻れば。
それはダメだ。
There's no meaning to our choice if we do that. I chose Luka over Mayuri. Ultimately, that's all there is to it.
お願いします、岡部さん。僕、まゆりちゃんを犠牲にしてまで女でいたくない。
It's too late though. We already made the choice. The deed is done.
まゆりちゃんを助けてあげて。
俺はお前を男には戻さない。
どうしてですか？
俺がそれを選んだんだ。もうこれ以上俺のエゴのために誰かを傷つけることはできない。それに元の世界線に戻ったところでマユリの死を回避できるかどうかは絶対じゃないんだ。俺はその低い確率のために誰かの思いを、お前の思いを犠牲にはできない。だからもういいんだ。
岡部さん、でもこんなの許されないです。僕という存在に耐えられないんです。
Man, this is just a crummy situation.
僕が女の子であるということがまゆりちゃんの死の上に成り立ってるなんてこと、これから一生受け止めて生きていくなんてこと、そのことが重すぎて押しつぶされちゃいそうなんです。ねえ、どうしてあの時18年前のお母さんのポケベルに
Cause I love you, Luka.
なかったんですか？どうしてまゆりちゃんじゃなくて僕なんかを選んでくれたんですか？
お前は何も負い目を感じることはない。すべては俺の選択だ。マユリを殺したのは俺なんだ。だから罪は俺がすべて被る。
I am the one with the power of God. I am the one who chose Mayuri's fate. Therefore, I am the one who must bear the responsibility.
それにお前にも幸せになってほしいって思っている。
幸せになんてなれるはずないじゃないですか。まゆりちゃんが死んだのは僕のせいでもあるのに。
お前のせいじゃない。何度も言わせないでくれ。今は悲しいかもしれないが
You'll forget about this later.
前を見て生きていってほしいんだ。
そんなの嫌です。
Luka clings to my chest. She stares into my eyes without wiping away her tears.
僕はそれなら岡部さんと一緒に背負いたいです。
一緒に背負う？何をバカな。俺は因果の輪から外れた人間だし、マユリを見殺しにする選択をした人間で。
それなら僕だって因果の輪からは外れます。僕の記憶の中に男だった時の思い出が蘇ってきている時点でもう外れかけているんですよ。まゆりちゃんの命と引き換えに僕が女として生きているんだっていうことも知っちゃっているわけですし、僕たち共犯者なんですよ。
Like Kurisu said. Kurisu said the same thing. We're accomplices, Luka and I.
この悲しみもこの 負い目も二人で忘れずに抱いていきたいです。
We are disconnected from causality. Nobody else can understand us. That's why
ああ、分かったよ。
I embraced Luka strongly.
一緒に背負ってくれ。一緒にこの思いを忘れずに生きていこう。
ずっとそばにいてもいいですか？僕、岡部さんのこと好きだから。
All better now.
まゆりちゃんへの裏切りかもしれないけど、ずっと一緒にいたいんです。
もちろんだ。
We both bear the same burden. We'll accept Mary's death, yet still live on, shoulder to shoulder. Afterward, we pass the time sitting in silence until the sky turns the color of dusk. Luka rests her head on my shoulder. I embrace her and feel her breathing next to me. We gaze silently at the sky, and in our hearts we pray for Mary's happiness in the afterlife. I'm sorry, Mary. I'm sorry.
ねえ、岡部さん。
Luka raises her head and breaks the silence. I can see firm resolve in her expression.
僕、まゆりちゃんにどうしても一つだけやり残したことがあるんです。
Cosplay.
そのせいでまゆりちゃんに悲しい思いをさせちゃいました。
やり残したこと？
コスプレです。
Oh, that. These last few weeks, Mary was constantly asking Luka to wear the costume she made for her, but Luka was too embarrassed to try it. I remember Mary on that day she died.
ルカちゃんがキラリちゃんのコスプレしたらね、絶対似合うと思うんだ。ルカちゃんってね、マユシーがドキドキしちゃうぐらい可愛いもん。
Like an old man.
ルカちゃんって普段おとなしいでしょ。あんまり自分の意見も言おうとしないし、コスプレするとね、普段の自分とは別の自分になれるんだよ。だからね、最初は恥ずかしいかもしれないけど、ルカちゃんも一度やればきっと新しいルカちゃんを見つけられると思うんだ。そしたらね、今より積極的な性格になってね、もしかするとオカリンをお尻に敷いちゃうかもしれないよ。
Yikes. Even on that day, Mary only talked about Luka. Even though I stood her up on my promise to bring Luka to Kamima and made her lonely, Mary wanted Luka to cosplay from the bottom of her heart.
時間を遡る装置を使ってあの日に戻れませんか？
戻るって、お前が？
Oh no, this can't be good. Luka nods firmly.
本気なのか？
Nobody used the time leap machine except me. It's never failed so far, but if something does happen, it might not be reversible. Stern's test subject turned into Jellyman. Something like that could happen to her, or she could lose her memory like Suzuha did.
危険すぎる。あれは俺以外には使わせられない。
お願いします。せめて最後にまゆりちゃんに笑顔でいてもらいたいんです。僕、まゆりちゃんに何もしてあげられなかったから。
だがお前はああいう場所に来るオタクのことが苦手だったはずだ。
確かにちょっと怖いです。でもそんなこと言ってられないです。
If I have to cosplay.
僕は岡部さんと本当に同じになりたい。その装置を使えば因果の輪から完全に外れてしまうんですよね。それで岡部さんと同じ気持ちを背負えます。だから
Her innocent feelings warmed my heart. Luka truly cares for me and Mayuri. In the end, I have to grant her her wish. Uh-oh. When we get back to the lab, no one is there. I wonder if reading Steiner will activate or not then. Just a few days ago, Mayuri, Kirisudaru, and I were lapping here together. With Mayuri gone, nothing seems to remain from those days but dreams. The lab feels truly empty. But I hide those feelings and lead Luka to the development room. Luckily, the 42-inch CRT is turned on downstairs so we can start the time leap when ready.
飛び先はいつに？
あの日の朝に。前日に飛んだりすると、きっと僕は現実を受け止めることができなくて動揺しちゃうと思うんです。だから。
So she's choosing the morning of that fateful day so she can cosplay with a smile. But to jump to that day would take at least 3 consecutive leaps. Will she be able to get all the way to the 15th? But despite my worries, Luka remains undaunted.
無事に飛んだら俺に連絡を取るんだ。そうしたらきっと俺はお前を真由里のところに連れて行ってやる。
This is crazy. This is, I guess, the first time we're seeing a time leap not done by us, so it's going to be very, very interesting.
はい。
I cover Luka's head with the time leap machine's headgear. Probably just gonna die on impact, but that's, you know, her body is clearly shaking. But that's understandable, I guess. Even I'm starting to get tense. My heart feels like it's about to explode. This is the first time leap machine experiment with a subject other than me. I can't stop thinking about the worst case scenario.
心配するな。脳が少し痛むぐらいだが、すぐ収まる。
はい。
向こうについても決して取り乱すなよ。落ち着いて状況を理解するんだ。大丈夫。俺がついている。
I gently caress Luka's cheek. She responds with a small sigh of relief.
じゃあ、行きます。
I nod and hide the shaking of my fingertips as I set the microwave timer.
きっと戻ってきますから。
ああ、待っているぞ。
I smiled to Luka. Immediately afterward, the discharge fills the room. I open my eyes wide in wonder as Luka's body begins to shine. The building shakes violently. The smell of ozone fills the air. The light is blinding. I can hardly keep my eyes open.
岡部さん。
Luka's crying is suddenly cut short. Uh-oh. A shock ripples through my body like it always does right after time leaping.
ここは。
This time I wasn't the one who leapt. But nevertheless, I teleported from the lab to Yanabashi Shrine. Did the world line change? No, reading Steiner didn't activate, so I don't think it did. Then why? Was it because of Luka's changes to the past? I look to the side and there I see Luka. She gets up and smiles when she notices my gaze.
写真見ますか？
Oh, so it did work. Okay. And she remembers.
写真？
What's this about pictures?
行ってきたんですよ。僕、覚えてないんですか？岡部さん。急に様子が変わりましたけど。
お前が過去へ飛んで、その直後に俺はここに立っている。小見間には行ってきたのか？
Luka once again bursts into tears. Then she slowly nods. She takes out a few pictures and hands them to me.
まゆりちゃん、とても嬉しそうでした。
I look at the first picture handed to me. I gasp in surprise when I see what's on it.
俺もお前もはしゃぎすぎだよな。
I realize that I am crying. Aw, that's sweet. In the picture, Mayuri is smiling. And we're smiling with her. Oh, okay. Okay, so that was the end of Luka's route where basically we make Mayuri happy before she dies and Luka cosplays. So now what we're going to be doing is jumping back to when we have to send this email to change Luka back into a guy. So that is what we're doing now. So now we're going to call the phone wave. Luka places her fingers on top of mine, on top of the send button.
ありがとう岡部さん。
Also, as far as the ending goes, I think it's the weakest one overall. And maybe it's because of the actions that have happened with Suzuha and Ferris, but it's definitely, I think the routes are just going to get more and more depressing is my guess. So so far I think the happiest is Ferris. Suzuha's, I don't know if it's the best or not. That is still subject to be seen.
さようなら僕の好きな人。
See ya, Luka. Oh, now we're at 0.5. Wow, okay. We're halfway there. Oh, and we're in chapter 9 now. Infinitely chained apoptosis. Alrighty then. I think we only have 2 more chapters left, which means 2 more routes. We have actually, okay, we have another page for saves as well. Because that's Suzuha ending, that's Ferris ending, that's Luka's ending. This will be the true route, so Daru, Mayuri, and then I guess Kirisu, I believe, will be the order. We'll find out. But I think, oh no, there's Mocha as well. We still have 4 endings. So we'll have to figure that out. The warmth of Luka's hand slips away as the vertigo hits me. I'm still at the shrine, but I no longer feel Luka clinging to my back. I turn around slowly. Luka is standing a short distance away as if to see me off. No tears, just a bewildered smile. My heart feels like it's about to burst. I hold it back.
なあ、ルカ子。
はい。
お前は
I hesitate for a moment, but I have to know.
男だよな。
はい。そうですけど。
She is gone. He has returned. Cuter than any girl. Looks good in Miko robes. But he's a guy. I bite my lip.
お前は俺のこと好きか？
いきなり何を？
好きか？
その尊敬してます。
He respects me. I don't deserve his respect. But that's not what matters now. Luka's answer seems clear but wasn't. He didn't answer the question.
男に戻ったら岡部さんへのこの気持ち封印しなくちゃいけないから。
Luka might still like me even though he's a guy again. However, he'll never speak honestly about those feelings. This is what Luka decided for himself. It would be wrong to pry any further. Maybe I'm just running away. Maybe I should pry, force him to confront his feelings. But I'm not strong enough to accept the consequences. I'll just end up hurting Luka.
ありがとう。お前にはこれからもずっと俺の弟子でいてほしい。それでいいか？
はい、もちろんです。
I look away, unable to bear a shy smile. The world line has changed. Luka is a guy again. Which means the IBN 5100 should be here at the shrine. Oh, on the previous world line, girl Luka broke the IBN 5100 while cleaning the storehouse. But guy Luka didn't clean the storehouse. He never broke the IBN 5100. It's 6:46 p.m. Judging by past experience, it's very likely that I have averted Mayuri's death for today. But just in case, I should get back to the lab within the hour.
ルカ子、お前は去年この神社の倉庫で古いパソコンを壊した覚えがあるか？
古いパソコンですか？そんなものうちにはなかった気がしますけど。僕パソコンはよくわからなくて、
ろくに触ったこともないんです。
When Luka was a girl, she trembled when I asked her the same question, and then she forced a smile as if to avoid admitting that she broke the computer. But he's not trembling now. Luka honestly doesn't know.
父上に会わせてくれ。
I asked Luka to fetch his father for me so I can ask him whether or not the IBM 5100 was in the storehouse.
古いパソコン？確かにそんな記憶がありますね。見てきましょう。ちょっと待っていてください。
He heads into the storeroom out back just like on the previous world line. But on the previous world line, the IBM 5000 was no longer in the storehouse since girl Luka had secretly moved it. How will it turn out this time? Luka's dad returns about 10 minutes. After about 10 minutes, his expression is grave. That's all the answer I needed. Nothing has changed.
見つかりません。なくなっています。
I quickly glance at Luka's face. Blank, he doesn't seem to know anything. Luka is innocent, I'm sure of it.
倉庫の鍵が壊されていました。何者かが持ち去ったかもしれません。
持ち去った？
It didn't disappear. A thief took it?
重いものを引きずったような跡がありました。年末に大掃除をした時にはあんな跡はありませんでしたし、鍵も1ヶ月ほど前にたまたま確認した時は壊されていませんでした。
Oh, so it's within this time frame.
まさか泥棒に入られるとは。
じゃあ警察に届けないと。
While they discuss what to do, I sigh and consider the situation.
倉庫にないと意味がないんだ。
The IBM 5100 is still out of reach. There are 2 D-mails left to cancel. Something tells me that if I cancel just one more, I can get back to the IBM 5100. But which one?
岡部さん、なんだかよくわからないですけど、気を落とさないでください。そんなことどうでもいいの精神ですよ。
I chuckle. Luka is so adorable when he's trying to cheer me up, but he's a guy.
その言葉、使い方が間違っているぞ。
I wave goodbye and leave the shrine. 2 D-mails remain. First, the one I sent to myself with the winning Lotto 6 numbers. That one should be easy to cancel. The problem is the other one, the one sent by someone I wish I could forget. Mocha. Curio Mocha. I know the gist of her D-mail since she sent it as part of our early experiments. When Mocha asked to send a D-mail, I agreed under 2 conditions. First, make the contents simple enough that the D-mail's effects would be obvious. Second, make the contents public to all lab mems. Mocha ended up sending a D-mail to prevent herself from buying a new phone for a few days prior. The D-mail sent to July 31st, an easy date to remember. The question is how it relates to the theft of the IBM 5100. It must be the butterfly effect, as it was with Luka's D-mail. This time, however, I will not hesitate to do what is necessary. Curio Mocha does not deserve my sympathy. That woman and her man have killed Mayuri more times than I can bear to remember. I will show her no mercy. There's just one problem. The cancellation D-mail needs to be sent from Mocha's own phone. I don't think a message from me telling her not to change her phone would sway Mocha's intentions in the slightest. I need her phone, but I don't know where to find her. I mean, couldn't we just pose as like Curio Mocha ourselves and be like mission compromised or something like that? What do I do? So this is going to be Mocha's line then. Hopefully, I return to the lab and set things up so I can time leap at a moment's notice. Fortunately, that isn't necessary.
お腹いっぱい。マユシーは今日はほとんど何も食べてなかったからずっとペコペコだったんだよ。
明日もあるの？
明日だけじゃなくて明後日もあるの。
Not tomorrow. Mayuri just got back from the Kamima 30 minutes ago. She and Kurisu, who stayed behind at the lab, have just finished eating cup noodles. It's already past 8 and so far nothing has happened. Mayuri is still alive. Going by the pattern, her death has probably been postponed until about this time tomorrow. Is this the will of some higher being, God, fate, the world itself? Or is it merely coincidence? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter now.
ユシーは明日早いからもう帰るね。
Mary takes a big stretch and starts getting ready to go home. She's been up since 5 this morning. Looks like she plans to wake up early tomorrow too. That reminds me, I haven't seen Daru at all. He's fighting in the Kamima Holy War too, so that doesn't surprise me. Busy checking his spoils, I guess.
ねえねえ、クリスちゃんやオカリンはコミマ行かないの？
俺はパスだが助手が行きたいそうだ。
はあ？
Kirsu jumps up at my answer.
ちょっと岡部、何勝手に捏造してんのよ。
さっきまで興味津々な様子でマユリのコスプレ話を聞いていたではないか。
そうだけど、誰も行くとは言ってない。
行こうよ、クリスちゃん。
I know that Kirsu is an at Chandler, but is she an otaku? Not all at Chandlers are otaku, but she has often hinted at an interest in cosplay.
お断りよ。人が多すぎて息が詰まりそう。
今日と比べるとね、2日目はそんなに多くないよ。午後から来れば快適そのものなんだから。人気のある同人誌なんかは売り切れちゃうけどね。
岡部がついてきなさいよ。あんた、マユリの保護者でしょ？
違うよ。マユシーはね、オカリンの人質。
ああ、はいはい。そうだったな。人質に逃げられちゃまずいでしょ。手錠でもかけて同行すれば？
Oh.
俺にはこの秋葉でやらなければならないことがある。
何よ、やらなきゃならないことって。
Nanya, the search for Kirio Mocha. I already sent her an email. We need to talk, and now I'm awaiting her reply. Something tells me it's not going to work.
無言ってことは単に行きたくないだけか。
クリスティーナ、話がある。
また？相変わらず唐突ね。
またとはどういう意味だ？
別に。
Uh-oh.
何話って何？ね、最近オカリンとクリスちゃん仲良しさんだよね。いつも2人で話し込んでるもん。マユシーも秘密の会議に参加したい気持ちでいっぱいです。
タイムリープマシンについての協議をしているだけだ。おそらくマユリが参加してもちんぷんかんぷんだと思うぞ。
You're too stupid to understand. Not entirely accurate, but not a lie either.
そしてこれからクリスティーナに話そうとしているのは、いかにしてこいつを小見舞い行かせるかという内容だ。マユリを期待して待っていろ。ふーはははは。
わかった。ありがとね、オカリン。
Mary waits in the lab as I take Kirsu outside.
というわけでクリスティーナ、
コミマに行くつもりはないから。
お前さっきまたと言ったな。ここでこうして1対1での相談を何度もしているということで間違いないか？
ついに記憶に錯乱が見られるようになったか。狂気のマッドサイエンティストさんはアセチルコリンが減少してるんじゃない？
Neurotransmitter. Okay, with that word, levels in the hippocampus increase when learning or remembering. Zeroism, the protagonist of Code Geass. He is the young noble of the rebellion who hides his identity behind a mask. Code Geass, a smash hit TV series anime broadcast in 2006. The story revolves around a young man who obtains a magical eye that can control minds and use it to start a revolution.
真面目に答えろ。
あんた、なんか変よ。
頼む、答えてくれ。
答えるも何も、岡部がさっき言った通りよ。もう 4,5 回くらいこうして外に出て2人でタイムリープマシンをどうするかについて話してる。
Wow.
俺がタイムリープしていることについては？
For an instant, Kirsu opens her eyes wide in surprise. But then she gives me an angry glare.
してるの？
I nod.
かれこれ10回以上だ。
そんなに？何勝手な真似してんのよ。
Looks like she doesn't know about anything. Looks like she doesn't know anything about Luka or my shifting between world lines. But that's only natural. So far I've changed world lines a total of 3 times. Let's call the first world line where Mayuri dies Alpha 1. The world line where Ferris and I fought the viral attackers in Alpha 2. The world line where I dated a girl Luka is Alpha 3. And now I'm on Alpha 4. From my perspective, Alpha 1, 2, and 3 were undone by my D-mails. But for Kurisu and everyone else on Alpha 4, those world lines were nothing but separate, intangible possibilities to begin with. I guess I have to explain everything again. I sigh heavily, then begin.
おおむね把握した。
After I'm done, Kurisu sighs and lightly pats my arm.
あんまり無茶しないで。
常習に励まされるとは屈辱だな。
なんで屈辱なのよ。せっかく優しくしてやったのに。ほんといちいち偉そうだな、あんた。
同情などいらない。すべては俺の軽率な行動が起こしたことだ。
That is true.
自業自得なんだ。って常習にこの話をするのはかれこれ4回目か5回目くらいだが、毎回こうやって自虐的になるな。
岡部、
俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしてくれ。おそらくマユリは明日死ぬ。どんな死に方かはわからない。
If Murray stays away from the lab, she can probably avoid running into Mocha and her men, but it doesn't matter, the world still desires her death all the same. All Alpha world lines converged on her death. Escaping the attractor field is the only way to save her.
お前には悪いと思うが、明日マユリの死を見届けてほしい。
だからコミマに行けって言ったのか。
死は回避できない。抵抗は無駄だ。お前は見届けて俺に連絡するだけでいい。お前からの連絡が来たらタイムリープする。
マユリが死ぬのが分かっていながら何もできないなんて。
Not until we find Mocha.
全然実感が湧かないけど事実なんでしょうね。あんたの目を見ればわかる。大丈夫？
大丈夫じゃない。マユリを助けるためにはまだ。
マユリのこともそうだけど、
Kirsu interrupts me.
私が聞いたのはあんたのこと。
俺がどうしたって。
あんまり気負いすぎないで。
It's rare for her to look so concerned for me.
言っただろ。俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしろと。俺は明日桐生萌香を探す。
If Mayuri doesn't die tomorrow, I can postpone that time late. If Mayuri does die tomorrow, I'll return to the past no matter what.
できればマユリに痛い思いをさせたくないがな。
だったら今からタイムリープしちゃえばいい。
この世界線においていつがデッドラインなのか、それを見極めておかないと計画をうまく立てられないだろう。
こんなこと言うとなんだけど、私はマユリが死ぬところなんて見たくない。
気持ちはわかるが頼めるのはお前しかいない。
That's not nice to ask her.
信用されてるのね。
何しろお前は俺の助手だからな。
Kirsu forces a laugh at my feeble attempt at a joke.
偉そうに。
We have our plan. Kirsu will go to her first Kamima. Mayuri will be so delighted when I tell her the news. Morning, okay, heading off now. joined up with Mayuri. We're heading out to Arake. Kind of excited, lol. I had no idea it would be this crowded. Save me, or... Okay. And on that note, that is where we're going to call it for Steins Gate episode 36. So if you like videos like this and want to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. Let me know what you want to see next. And as always, thank you for watching. I've been Boog the Goob. May God bless you, and... Peace.